Game of the series G2 Hell versus Vitality French Bees, our second series of the day as well. Myself, Sochan, and Solari. We are here for this beginning of Summoner's Rift, as all of these ladies are just settling around the map, getting the terrain scouted, maybe even getting some skirmishes. Damage from Tifa is going to be very high, as you would expect from any Karma early game.
You would, and that's exactly what I mentioned, right? Karma's damage during the laning phase is going to be really, really high, and it's going to be a tough lane for Lilith, to be honest, because Syndra is not really the champion who is going to win her lane. She doesn't want it, she doesn't need it. She is a scaler. She wants to get to her items as safely as possible, ideally to rush to her last chapter and feel much safer from there on. But before that, it's going to be hard for her to get there. It's going to be hard for her to farm and to have any fights with Tifa, because Tifa is going to make the lane hurt for her. But I love this deep ward from Lilith, having a little bit of understanding of how the junglers are going to move. They know exactly where Sheena is going to be at any given moment from now on, which gives their lanes, especially the mid lane and the bot lane, a little bit more safety.
Precisely, so we have wards coming out from both teams in the jungle there. Once again, we see Lysia and Chubby Daddy being very aggressive in the top lane. Now that they have something more, Fiora as a duelist, the Na being able to do the long-range damage, that's going to help quite a bit on those trades, that we might see even more action down up at that top off. But Vicky is the one taking very much damage this time around, because Cultist not only has the range with the sniper, when she has the shield as well, she also has picks on her side.
And I don't underestimate Lulu in this matchup, because yes, Rel is very, very scary to deal with. The moment she jumps in, it feels like a game over for you. Not when you have Lulu, because the polymorph is going to be a massive, massive game changer on this bot lane. The moment Rel goes in, she really needs to calculate this beforehand in her head. Is she going to have enough survivability? Is her AD carry going to have enough damage going into this fight? Because the moment Rel goes in, chances are, most probably, she's going to be polymorphed the moment it is available for Lulu. And after that, she is extremely, extremely vulnerable.
It has to be a game style as well for Vitality French Bees, that they would try to predict the polymorph or try to use when the polymorph is on cooldown to actually be able to go in, which highly depends on that communication, doesn't it?
Yeah. It all comes down to the communication between the carries on the bot lane and between everybody else in the team, because they will also need the help from their jungler. Kaltis is not going to stop pushing. Kaltis is not going to stop farming. Lulu is going to make everything to make sure Kaltis is getting those creeps coming in. The French Bees really, really need Ali to start rotating towards the bot lane, because so far we haven't really seen a lot of action from Wukong on the bot lane in the previous game. I would love to see more of that.
I agree. I think the Wukong is super reliable in the early game. We haven't seen that much, them exploiting how much this champion can shine in the early levels. Though, bot lane, we have some pressure from Rek'Sai, and this time around, the Lulu we have seen on board much more aggressive than we saw in the previous series, and alongside Counters, who is aggressive by nature, this bot lane really is G2 dominant.
I love how Kaltis doesn't even need to hit the opponents, really, to be aggressive. She just stands there menacingly farming, and you just see her nickname, above her health bar. Oh my god, Ali is going in onto the top lane, but no, Lisa just jumps away, never mind. Apparently...
Very safe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a very safe champion.
I mean, it's really hard to gank Gnath, to be honest, especially when he is in his little form, and if he has the wave around, he just jumps away from you, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, who doesn't care as well is Colombo on the Lulu, because she is doing all of the work. As you said, Countess might be on the front line, but front line would have to be Lysia with Sheena here on Chubby Daddy. They go in, they flash forward with the knock-up. The last hit lands, and Sheena gets that kill. First blood for G2 Hell.
Good job for them. And it's again Sheena being on the top lane, again Sheena being very proactive towards Chubby Daddy. And it makes sense, because you really want to shut down that Fiora She, otherwise it's going to be really scary, and it's hard for Gnath to stand against her on the lane, even pre-level 6. So kudos to Sheena for understanding which lane really needs the priority from her right now, and for going in and securing this first spot for herself.
And it worked out super well, and that's what you like from G2, that you know that they're going to communicate really well, and that's what happened, right, Solari? We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, but it's going to be solved up pretty soon. At this point, it looks like Vitality French Bees know that G2 have been playing like this. So it's important that they really change their attitude this early on, isn't it?
Yes. It's still 1-0. It's still not too late for the French beast to change everything and to have the favors on their side. They have a very nice bot lane, they have really scaling mid lane, and they have a dragon that just spawned and is going to be the Mountain Drake as the first Drake of this game. A very good one to have during your laning phase. And it's not just about that. It's just about the fact that this is the Drake. And in the previous game, we didn't really see French bees having an emphasis on the Drake or on neutral objectives in general. I would love to see more of that from them in this game, but judging by the fact that Ali is in the top part of the map, I don't think it's happening.
I think it's very important to see that we saw Wukong, I think, potentially being spotted in the bottom lane. So what G2 thought was, well, they're going to try to rotate to top lane now, and with that, we just get the guarantee that we're going to get the first Drake. It's going to be the Mountain one here. And as you said, Solari, G2 really getting objectives from the get-go.
Yes, and you gotta congratulate them for that fact. G2
Definitely.
really put a lot of pressure onto these objectives, making sure they secure them as early as possible and making sure they are the first ones at them. Oh my god, the damage already from Cultists, but also she got quite some of it back.
That's a lot of shielding that Kasane can do as a Bell, but also Colombo being able to get the shield on herself or on Cultist just really works super well. You got a much more engaged dive-in champion as well, but they're denying every single opportunity for it. Both junglers are here in the bottom lane though. They might be thinking about going for early ganks, but plenty of vision from the blue side. You have the both top laners, they're already on level 6, mid laners as well, level 7. Just the Ezreal lacking that one should an engage happen, but we see that Sheena has disengaged, has gone back to base, so that's not going to be a threat for now.
Nope. Both junglers are stepping away. Finally, there is level 6 available for Ali. She just hit this very important milestone for Wukong. So from now on, we need to see Ali on the lanes as much as possible because this is the moment for Wukong to truly shine. Even before the mythic item is going to be completed, level 6 is more than enough for Wukong to already have a huge impact on how the skirmishes on the lanes are going to look like. Especially they decide to finally go on the bot lane because there is an excellent setup for them. With Rel going in, providing so much control immediately, being able to tank quite a lot into her armor, and on top of that, if you add Wukong to this mixture, you're going to get a very nice soup boiling on the bot lane.
At the same time, Solari, I will say that the pressure from Cultist and Colombo has been just so insane that every time I see Kasane using their engage, that dash in with the shield, it's to get the shield, and she does it backwards because she wants to protect herself. She's not even going in hard on it. She's not going in aggressive. It's just the amount of pressure that G2 has so far.
And it's a lot of pressure for it, because you can see just how slightly the tempo has changed in all of the lanes. And I think the top lane is a very good example of that. Before this first gank from Sheena happened on the top lane, Chubby Daddy was fully in control. Right now, this is more of Lizzie doing whatever she wants on the lane, being ahead in terms of CS, not allowing Chubby Daddy to not just even go for a kill, to just feel safe on the lane in general, because you can see the health bar of her going low so many times when Lizzie was around.
They can do such good work, I agree. And top lane, this time around, I would say that it's much more quiet. I would expect even more action coming from Lysia, coming from Na, but interestingly enough, that is something that hasn't been happening that much. You have the Na being long ranged against the Fiora. I would think that would happen more, but potentially it's just Sheena being the shot caller there, saying I'm gonna be more in the bottom lane, so just be careful with that.
And you have to be careful. Oh my god, look at the health bar of Chubby Daddy. Again, going very low because Lizzie is in the Magna form. But to be fair, it is the case on the bot lane as well. The health bars are going low because Cultist is still pushing in. Lilith rotating around? That looks really dangerous for the bot lane because Ali is here as well.
They are. Have they been spotted? Well, you have the passive from Rek'Sai, seeing that someone was there, potentially the jungler, of course, since you are in the jungle. But no vision really on who exactly it was. But it's also a moment that G2 has to be a little careful because they have seen someone is around. At the same time, they have so much ward. Wait, what happened?
Okay? Tifa got a solo kill on the mid lane on Lilith, apparently.
What? Oh, yeah.
With a flash burn from Lilith and no flash burn from
Gee.
Tifa. That was
What?
apparently a domination right there on the mid lane. I wish we could see it because that sounds exciting.
It really does. It really does. I have no clue what happened, but sounds super fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sheena has just completed her first mythical item as well, and it's showing how ahead G2 wants to be. Even though thus far, they are not even... Oh, no, yes, they are. A lot of gold behind. And so is Countess actually on this trade. Very big goes her with the wild growth. They maintain themselves a little bit longer standing, but it was very, very close for Vitality French.
Oh, yo. Lysia is going on Chubba Daddy, though doesn't have the Mega form anymore, but can still bully Chubba Daddy away from the lane. Though she has a teleport, so she is going to be able to get back to the lane quickly. But on the bot lane, speaking of summoner spells, there are none of them available anymore except for that flash on Columble. Everything has been burned in this fight that we saw between the bot laners. And it's a miracle, truly a miracle, or rather should I say, a very nice help of support, because let's give credit where it's due that nobody went down in this fight.
They did not. And as you said, it's just down to Colombo in that fight to the wild growth use on counters that you managed to save your ADC. Because
I need to interrupt you for a second. Look at the inventory of Tifa.
Tifa. Yes.
Are you seeing what I'm saying?
Oh, what,
it's a full-on double support comp. I was having my doubts.
Yeah,
Like, maybe Tifa is still gonna go with an AP build. No, it's the Echoes of Helia first item, and it's gonna be incredible in the team fights.
It's true. I think...
Oh my god!
They are really full-on going for protecting counters. There we go, last hit. And that's how you show that ranged wins melee on the early laning phase when you haven't grown that much. We might see Vitality French Bees relying on the Fiora for split pushing potentials. Did we have a Herald being popped? I think I saw somewhere. There you have it, bottom lane. Going to be many plating split out between Cultist and the jungler. And they have taken down the 2 Drakes that we have had in the game so far. I believe it was Mount in the first one. And now the Infernal. So really getting ahead on 5k gold ahead at this point.
I believe the second Drake was the Cloud Drake, if I recall correctly, because right now we are having the Infernal Soul, and we talked about it. You talked about the importance of the Infernal Soul and how well it allows you to scale into the late game with the scaling damage. It's going to be massive for whichever team picks it. And I kind of am curious whether the French Bees are seeing it as their way back into the game. Not that they're really behind that much, or maybe they want to change it right now. Oh my goodness, the damage from Vicky is coming in. Finally, Ali's on the bot lane as well, fighting against this support down, and Cultist is all alone. Oh, getting a kill back in the end, so it's something for something. It's a double kill for Ali.
Massive, I would say, for Vitality French Bees. They're going to try to get some pressure here in the mid lane to try to get it back. So close. There she goes to the ulti. Sheena finishes her off. Very nice kill. As now it's going to be almost a little bit equal. Chubby Daddy wants to make this not equal at all. They have to try to flash away. They use the parry, but it's not good enough. You are still going to get stunned and taken down. Lysia on that. Did they just did you see that? They just ulted on the wall on the minions. Lysia, I see you. I see the bad menace there.
No. She's preparing for the 5-man ult. Okay, it's just rehearsal. It's fine.
It's practice. Yes,
exactly. We all remember that moment in the Rising Stars last year. I'm telling you, it is engraved forever in my core memory. And I need to see the repetition of it rather. But French Bees got a kill for themselves. Got 2 kills actually for themselves on the bot, and also lost quite a lot in the process on all the other lanes. But it's at least something. It's a good beginning for them. And I love that it's happening on the bot lane for them, because first of all, it's a kill onto Cultist, which is a very important one. Second of all, it's on the bot lane. And to go back to the point of the dragons, the Infernal Soul means that for French Bees, all of a sudden, the fact that they gave away the first 2 Drakes is not bad at all, because they can stack 4 Infernal Drakes on top of each other, and each of them is going to give the boost to their damage. It could be a very nice way for them to stack up much more damage than they could have anticipated. Oof.
Everyone loves Inferno Soul. Everyone loves Inferno Drake because everyone loves damage. That's how you win the game, right? By getting kills, not taking down the Nexus. That's how you get the kills.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
you get the game. That's how you grind the ranked ladder. There you go. And I think, as you said, Vitality French Bees getting this Inferno Soul potentially, or stacking out the Inferno Drakes potentially, of course, it would be insanely huge, because if the composition would lack any sort of damage, well, it's not anymore. And we have seen that Kaut is not even that far ahead in kills, for example, but she's already dealing so much damage. And we saw that Tifa and Colombo are going to be throwing in the peel, throwing in the support and sustain for her.
Oh my god.
It would be very hard to take the ADC down.
Not the redemption second item on Tifa. I hate and love it so much at the same time. I hate it, I love it, I hate it, I love it. You know, it's this kind of situation. They just want to be dancing around Khalees as much as possible. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be fun to watch a little bit later. They still need to give Khalees more items. 2 more would be perfect for them. Already running around with a Storm Razor. Needs more damage, needs more farm, needs more gold, and he's taking everything on the map.
They are taking everything as they try to engage on this one. Sheena was just clearing out this jungle camp, but they managed to find themselves in a good spot to try to initiate something. Still, there was a blast going. They got themselves back to safety. Lysia pushing out so hard in the top lane. Around 25 CS ahead, but Lilith has been the backup around Kasani and Ali. But I don't know if Lysia is going to fall for this trap.
No, doesn't look like... Oh my god, Vicky!
Oh, no! What? Obliterated. Oh, excuse me. There is no other word for it. We come back and it's down. Very unfortunate that no healing was going to be enough. And they're going to potentially take this tower as well. Very, very early. 17 minutes. There you go. Tier 2 on the bottom lane for G2 Hell.
And they're sieging the 2 other tier 2s as well. And they're right now going for the 3rd Drake in the game, the Infernal Drake. If G2L get this sold, this is going to be pretty much a game over for the French Beast. They're not going to be able to outscale G2L anymore in this game. Because I'm still looking at the mid lane, for example, right? There is still Lilith, who is going to scale up quite nicely in this game. And she's obviously going to outscale Tifa massively in terms of the damage, especially if you look at the builds between these two. But then there is still Kaltis on the side of G2L. There is still Lysia. They're going to have so much damage in the late game that I'm not sure that Lilith alone is going to be enough.
It was so important for Vitality French Beast Solari to get that double kill in the bot lane for the Wukong, because it was not just the double kill for the jungler. It was also 2 kill distribution for the ADC, for the support as well. So that's really nice. But so far, that has only been the 2 kills that this team has gotten in the game. And that is going to become harsher and harsher, as you said, now that G2 Hell has stacked the first Inferno and the other one that has been had already. So it might be a case, as I mentioned, and do you think that would be a possibility to see Fiora actually trying to go for split push and divert the attention of D2?
The biggest issue is that when Fiora goes to the side lanes, she wants to be sure that nobody is going to be able to stop her solo. She wants to drag as much attention towards her as possible from the enemy team. She wants 2, 3 members to rotate to open up the map for her teammates to do something else somewhere else. Right now, this is not an option because Lysia is going to be able to continuously kill Chubby Daddy solo one-on-one. It will require the French Beast actually to rotate towards Lysia to stop her, which is putting French Beast into a huge disadvantage. And that is a 2-man ultimate already coming in from Lysia, from the Mega Knight. And Shin is coming in. Ali has to flash away. Kasani is trying to stop everybody. Ali is not going to be able to protect herself from Shin, and she's on rampage. The ultimate from Ezreal is coming in, trying to stop somebody from getting to this turret. But nope, this tier 2 is going to get sieged.
Oh, and look at that. Counter just getting damage from so far away alongside Sheena going in as well. It's going to be a support down as they go over the wall into the fountain, as you would say. It's a quick path. I don't know if you know that one, but it's a nice one as they're going to take down the tier 2, getting a lot from the tier 3 as well. I love what G2 has been bringing into the table, and they're going to say, well, we're not coming here just to take the inhibitor turret, we're taking the inhibitor as well. We'll open up your base.
Oh, Ali's trying to go into this something, but it's a little bit too late to fight for anything on this part of the map anymore. The inhib has been brought down. there is only 10 seconds before the Baron is going to spawn, and there is a huge possibility for GT Hell to go for a very early Baron because they are so firmly in the lead in this game right now. They have so many kills onto everybody, and I love the fact that unlike the previous game, the majority of the kills are not on Cultist. Actually, Cultist only has 1 kill so far. It is Sheena, the person we're so curious about carrying this game pretty much. Licia is not caught because it's Little Gnaw. Little Gnaw doesn't care about anything. He just hops away from you very happily.
Very, very happily. Doesn't have a care in the world. I was going to say something here, but I think I got distracted. But that's all right, Solari. I think that so far, with 10k gold ahead for G2 Hell, they have built the beaten path for victory. They are just one step closer, and it's going to be very easy to finish this one off. Just don't make a mistake, because there's still space for you to make plenty of mistakes. This looks like a good engage, not a mistake on my end, as they get a lot of damage going onto Ellie, but they haven't been able to finish it off. Counters are going to miss the ulti. They try to get some onto counters too, but look at the shield! What? That's why you have 2 supports. Even if you had the damage going onto counters, the shields would have absorbed everything.
It doesn't matter if you bring the health bar of Cultist down, it's going to go back magically because shields, baby! Double shields from double supports. This is amazing. And the third item on Tifa is the Staff of the Flowing Water. These 2 girls are really buffing themselves up to buff up Cultist or Sheena, depending on who needs the help. But the Baron needs some help because it's going down. There is a teleport coming in from Chubby Daddy, but they're so far away and they don't have the vision in the pit. They're not going to be able to outsmart Sheena in this game, but maybe catch somebody off. Make sure that the Baron buff is down for somebody like Licia, for example, but Licia is close to the Mega Gnaw form. Are you sure you want to fight this one? Yes, we are sure. Chubby Daddy is getting her revenge. Cultist is in a very bad spot right now, but now she doesn't think so. She's going to kill Kasane on this spot and continuing the fight onto Chubby Daddy, getting another kill in her pockets. Sheena, where are you? That's the wrong side of the map. But now Sheena doesn't care. Columbo is around right now. They are fighting back. They're fighting with Lilith, and it's a kill for Sheena, and they continue. Cultist is running on the ghost, trying to catch up with somebody. She's going to be able to. She's on the rampage. Another kill for Phyllis, another kill for the idiot that everybody's scared of.
I am scared. Are you scared? Chat?
I am.
Are you scared? Production? Are you scared? What level of League of Legends gameplay is this? They have, once again, the ulti wild growth onto Sheena. They're going to kite away Kasane. Cultist is unstoppable. TP on the back line, and there's going to be a Nexus down, and a G2 Hell sweep on Vitality French Bees. Wow!
22 minutes, and the game is over.